Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushtongallery.com. It is Sunday, November 5th, 2023, and I've been off a couple days because I've been busy. Things to do, lots of things to do, and tired, and, gone for a couple of days, and nobody misses you. That's good. Tell you what I've been up to. Other than painting my car here, this turned out fantastic. I come back and look at it. I'm just like, this is perfect. It's a little bit, yeah, a little bit of a goof here, but that's on purpose. The green horizon there, the tree line, and this will be cropped like that. And this is great. I can't wait to scan it and put it in the gallery. Speaking of the gallery, oh, by the way, so an email went out today. So markrushtongallery.com, you can sign up for the email list there. Then we also have the QR code there, which you can scan. So the email, the Substack email mailing list went out today, and I got a good one for you today. So recently, Friday evening, I submitted an application to get into Mainframe Studios, which is a nonprofit artist collective sort of space in downtown Des Moines. It's the largest one based on certain criteria in the United States. It's pretty cool. There's 180 studios, 220 different artists, not just painters and photographers, but so many different things. You got a recording studio, low power radio, and it's nice amenities and reasonable rent for artists and other creatives, nonprofits. Anyway, I first came to Mainframe, it was probably a little over 4 years ago when they were still building the building out, and I was living in another town, and I thought, "This is pretty cool," and then I moved back to Des Moines, and I thought, "Well, this is fine, but, it's downtown, and I live way out in the Burbies." And I thought, well, maybe Valley Junction, which is kind of an artsy area. There's a bunch of galleries down there, but there's really not any places to rent in Valley Junction. And um, thought about other commercial locations, and it kind of kept going back to Maine. And then I've got became friends with a clay artist in there, Jennifer Lee, through a mutual friend, and went to her space again this Friday. The first Fridays down there, they have kind of an open house every first Friday of the month, and hung out with Jen and Janet. And um, yeah, I decided to pull the trigger. And put in my application for you get on the wait list. And the wait list it used to be a couple of years. Now I think it's down to like a few months because they opened up a bunch of spaces and some people have moved on. And, you get to that point where there's turnover, people there, people move out of town, whatever reason, And what I want to be able to do with that space is have a display gallery, at least initially. And I don't know how big of a space I'd be allowed, but I think it would be cool to be able to have these artworks down there that are printed in a larger size and have them on the wall, and, maybe try to sell some of them. Merch, like the tote bags and the magnetic art that I make out of these types of images, and then also, soliciting for commissions. So if somebody has like a picture or a portrait or something like that that they want me to do in my style, or kind of a weird style or, you know, whatever, then I could do that. I could do that. I got more here. I got more here. Oh, this was the mistake, right? But you know. Anyway, just kind of rambling about it here a little bit. And so who knows? They say the wait list is 3 or 4 months, but could be more, could be less. Something may come up, and maybe everybody on the list, it's not the sort of thing that they want. Maybe it's got too many windows, or not enough windows, or it's too large. I could have, I could essentially afford anything down there. Um, with my other arts income that comes in from sound recordings. So, and I'd like to be able to have other people come in during the events, and if you're an emerging artist, yeah, you can have a little bit of the wall or whatever. I got a friend who deals in kind of rare and classic books. Come on down. There's no bookstore in there. So, you know, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I think just trying to go about it online only is a little difficult. It can be a little difficult if you're in more artistic genres. I think you need to have people coming through. You need to have interesting iconography. A lot of the things that I've been doing lately are based on imagery that's in the Des Moines area. Um, I got a few others here that are kind of like that. Or the farm iconography, cars, lakes, downtown, jeeps, maybe a little bit of artistic stuff. Can you imagine this? 48 by 60. It'd look pretty cool. Warhol-esque. My dad. The Chrysler 300 for sale. Oh, that's so good. And the flowers that were left behind. And where's the one that I really? Where are you? You're in. Oh, here we go. See, now if I get one of these printed, I think this might be it might be a big hit. So this is the Ruan Center in downtown Des Moines, which is a 36-story building built in the 70s, I think. It's got that World Trade Center, you know, look about it, except it's rusty. It's got that rusty metal on it. And then you get these other buildings here, the Liberty Building, and then the Catholic Diocese. And I liked how that turned out with that rusty building being kind of orange, or like this, the waterworks, the arboretum, flowers, flowering crab apples, the double cab, you know, the big ears, me, who wants me, right? A giant receipt. I kind of like that one. And then, these other things here, like the boy, oh, the boy in the barber chair, right? I get different versions of the boy in the barber chair, but what else we got in here? Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling. I was going to paint tonight. I'm still going to paint tonight. Um, so this is good. Knocking everything out here. So what was I going to paint? What was I going to paint? This was it 72 Ford or 73 Ford? I can't remember exactly which one it was. And I was kind of like, well, am I gonna? Because it's got that great green color, and it's like, it's that 70s green. You know what I'm talking about? So a lot of my cars, I don't paint them, but I'm gonna paint this one just because it's that green. So I might kind of just paint the car and leave everything else around it kind of black and white, just because this thing is so green. And I think I may do the window too. I may do the window. So the whole thing, just even the chrome on the bumper. Let's just do that as kind of. I'm gonna have to mix the greens because I'm gonna have to mix the greens because we're not we're not gonna get to where we want to be with one green or two greens or even three greens. I mean, I just don't have. I'm not going to use emerald green because that's just too. That's for you can leave that for the leprechauns. Yellowish green. I could use that as a base. Let's do yellowish green as a base, and then antelope brown, light green. Let's mix these two here. So I'm gonna start with yellowish green, and then I can always go darker. That's a great thing. We'll see how it looks. I will probably screw this up. Start with this. It's like a lime car. And then I'll do over the bleeding edge here, and I'll do a little over the bumper. What's going on up there? What's going on upstairs, guys? Do you know? Fucking hooping and hollering. That's great. Look at that. Gigantic. This is a survivor, man. This car is such a survivor. Oh, it was like all original. Like some old timer bought it and put a few miles on it, but not that many. Like these things were a dime a dozen in the junkyard, by the 1980s. They're all, just ruined with the anti-smog, which, you don't need that sort of thing in rural Iowa. Oh god, this color's so great. I'm not gonna even try this. We're gonna go a little bit darker here with this yellowish green. This is perfect. This is perfect. And then I'll see whether or not I want to. Oh, that's even better. This is getting close to the color. There's a name for it. It's not chartreuse. Well, this is kind of chartreuse, but the car it's that dull. Of course, it wasn't even. Somebody hadn't even done any. What do they call that? They hadn't removed the oxidation on it. It needed to get buffed and compounded and all that. Yeah, no, we're just gonna leave it, as Jay Leno would say, original and unrestored. Would you buy a car like this, Rushton? Would I buy a car like this? I don't know, man. Would I buy a car like this? I don't know. Because, like, what are you gonna do for parts, man? Because the junkyards have been cleared out. These things have been like, you know, these things have been like, crushed a long time ago. Or what they do is they put them in the, what do they call them? The demolition derby. These giant land yachts, man. What do we got here? Hey, look, we got a comment. That's so great. Yet again, and luck of the draw, stream catch. Oh, thank you. I know. I just live stream. I probably should put, do them and then upload them as videos, but I just like to hit the play button and go. All right. So now what I'm going to do, that rough paper towel, I'm just going to buff it out and see if I can get a little bit of the fibers to come out. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's a Galaxy 500. I can see it right there. So it's a Ford Galaxy 500. Uh, oh, let's see. I said it was a Ford LTD. It's a Galaxy 500, but it's literally the same, almost the same thing as an LTD. And then there were some early 1960s Ford Galaxy 500s there. Those are the cool cars. Those are the things that look like, the early 60s with the round tail lights. They look like they're going to take off like a rocket. And then you get these land yachts here, which these are based, man, these cars were like long in the tooth by then because my dad had a 68 Mercury Monterey that it's like essentially the same body style, but slightly different because, they were doing the badge engineering, rebadging. Rebadging. I do rebadging. Get this here. Yeah, so this is a rare instance where I'm just going to paint the car. And then, of course, there's a little bit of smearing here on the edge and in the bleed area and everything like that. And then this will be cropped here, but the car will be green and everything else will be kind of black and white. So you get that really good contrast. And then, of course, you got this lo-fi thermal ribbon printing software rendering of the photograph that I took. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So yeah, I'll scan this at super high resolution. I mean, these things can be enormous, so yeah, probably 48 by 60. So it could be 4 by 5 feet, which, I mean, I'm looking forward to the day I can get these sorts of things printed off and, somebody's interested in that. Or they contact me and they're just like, hey, can I get like a variation of my car? And then, put it in my shop or put it on the wall or whatever. Yeah, okay, sure. Or it's like, I want my car done, and then I want to put it on a bag or something like that. Yeah, okay, we can do that. So anyway, all right. I know it wasn't much painting. It wasn't an LTD. It was a Ford Galaxy 500, but this will be good. I'll let it dry, scan it, see what happens. Again, my website's markrushtongallery.com. Got a mailing list went out today. Sign up for the mailing list, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow night. Talk to you later.